So today I am studying Korean. This is not my first rodeo. I've been studying Korean for actually a very long time. When I was in high school, the only language they taught was Korean. So I learned Korean for like 4 years straight, then went to college, flunked the entrance exam for Korean. It was like, I don't feel like starting over again. And then a little bit after I graduated, I decided to pick it up again. And now here we are. I would say I've been consistent on and off, mostly consistent for about 2 years. Starting from today, I'm trying to incorporate a more systematic routine in order to get my fluency up there. I plan to study for maybe an hour and a half. When you get older, there's not as much time to prioritize things you want to do because you have to do things like go to work. So I am trying to take moments out of the day to do the things that I want. Like earlier during my break, I went over some flashcards because again, this is a goal that I really want to succeed in. I have 22 lessons of Lingo Dear left on the intermediate level. I want to do at least, I want to say 5 a day in order to just get it done and out the way as quickly as possible. And then I want to go through all of the old Lingo Dear content I've worked on already and try to transfer it into my new language learning notebook that I'm trying to keep track of all the new vocab and grammar that I'm learning. I also really want to read one short passage from a book that I got. I think it's called Short Stories for Korean Language Learners, if I'm not mistaken. I'll put the actual name up here on the screen and along with a picture of the book. But I'm going to read at least one chapter of that today just to get some reading practice in. And then I have a K-drama I started watching during my break at work, but I want to finish it, and that's going to be my incentive for getting all this stuff done today. I think that's pretty doable for an hour to an hour and a half of work. So I'm just gonna get started working on that. Let's go. Usually when I go over Lingo Dear, I go over the learning tips first just to make sure I have a good understanding of the grammar I'm about to learn. To help with memorization, I recently started taking this information and putting it in a notebook, but I forgot to do it at the beginning of this clip, so you'll see me do it later. And now we'll start the lesson. Even if my pronunciation isn't all the way there, I always try to mimic after the spoken part just so I can get a little bit more practice sounding a little bit more natural.
이 남자가 병원으로 달려갑니다.
달려.
이 남자가 병원으로 달려갑니다.
달려갑니다.
날씨가 점점 더워져 갑니다.
날씨가 점점 더워져 갑니다. 아이가 이쪽으로 나와옵니다. 지금까지 열심히 왔습니다. 지금까지 열심히 살아왔습니다.
사귀어.
Every time I come into contact with a word I don't know, I mark it down in my notebook just so I have a note of it, and then I continue on with the lesson. I also write down the sentence that it came from just so I can have a reference of it later. A really cool method I saw from another YouTuber is that they put up a timer to show how much time has passed so they avoid getting distracted. I suffer from time blindness, so I'm going to try to use this method today to try to get this done in an hour. Okay, so it's been around 30 minutes. I've gotten 3 lessons done, so I have 2 more to go. This is some of the grammar that I just learned. I've already went over this prior to starting the lesson, but I didn't write any of it down in this book, so that's what we're gonna do now. And then also I have all of the vocab I just picked up from here, so I'm gonna have to probably put that in some sort of flashcard format in the future. And I also forgot I bought a workbook to go over some old vocab and grammar, so I also want to do at least a couple pages in that. A lot of work left to be done, but we got some time left. I think I want to try to be done in the next hour. You'll kind of see me doing it here, but this is a big tip I have for anybody who's trying to learn a new language. Don't only use one resource. Right now, I'm going between Lingodeer and just some website I found via Google, just because the Lingodeer explanation wasn't good enough for me. So I found another resource to help me further my understanding. Okay, an hour's passed and I'm still on this stupid grammar. I actually am not upset though, because these verbs are kind of hard to understand for my brain. So I'm trying to translate it into something that makes more sense to me, which is changing it into English tenses that I know or have learned in the past. But because of that, it's taken me a while because I have to find the tense that I'm actually thinking about and then write it down so that I can remember it later on. So it's just taking a little bit longer than I intended it to take, but I'm glad I'm doing it because in the long run, it's going to help me understand this way more. So I'm just going to take the extra time to do it. And then whatever happens, happens. Hopefully, I'll be done soon, though, so I can move on to the last 2 lessons and then do my reading practice and also the worksheet. Oh my gosh, there's so much to do. I don't think I'm going to get everything done I wanted to do today. Oh well, that is life.
모든 집안일은 로봇이 다 할 수 있을지도 몰라요.
2050년에 모든 집안일은 로봇이 다 할 수 있을지도 몰랐어요. 편리한.
핸드폰. 나중에 스마트폰보다 더 편리한 핸드폰이 생길지도 몰라요.
편리한. 나중에 스마트폰보다 더 편리한 핸드폰이 생길지도 몰라요.
나중에.
Okay, so it's officially been an hour and 45 minutes. I am not going to call it quits. I am going to just do the reading and then that'll be that. I don't think I'm going to do the workbook today. I am way too tired to get that done. I'll try to do it tomorrow morning. I feel like the most important part about reading practice is reading out loud. You have to read out loud so that you can make sure that you're actually absorbing the information and working on your understanding of what you're reading, or at least the majority of it. And also you get a little bit of speaking practice in there too. 수야, 안녕. 태어가 멀어서 외쳤어요. 안녕 태어야. 수아가 대답했어요. 내가 얼른 갈게. 태어가 외쳤어요. 태어는 수어를 향해서 뛰어갔어요. Okay, I guess I'm done now. I'm actually very tired and very hungry, so I'm gonna end today's study vlog by going to eat something I've been looking forward to all night and watching the K-drama I was talking about earlier. But a quick debrief, I think I learned a lot today. Even when I was doing one of the readings, I saw one of the words that I learned previously in the Lingodeer lesson, so that was pretty cool. And I was able to use that in order to get a better understanding of the reading. And overall, I'm pretty happy with my study session. I think it was pretty effective. I think I used my brain a lot, which is why I'm so tired. And I'm just looking forward to getting to rest and enjoy a little bit of fun before I go to sleep for tonight. I hope this video can be helpful to anybody out there who's trying to learn something on their own. You can do it. It is possible. It just takes a lot of time, effort, and planning. And I'm starting to learn more and more about that every single day, especially, you know, growing up and not being necessarily in a classroom environment. But yeah, anybody can do it. And I hope if you're watching this looking for some motivation, you found it. and have a great day. I will be back with another video soon. Bye bye.
탕수육도.
희주야, 소식 들었어. 대통령실 수호 통역사 축하해.